There's a moment in every introvert's life that's hard to explain. You're in a room full of people, laughter, conversation, movement, yet you feel like a ghost. You're present, but unseen, engaged, but disconnected. And somewhere deep inside, a whisper rises. I don't belong here. People tell you it's social anxiety, that you need to come out of your shell, be louder, be friendlier, be more like them. But what if your discomfort isn't dysfunction? What if it's data? What if you don't fit in because you're not supposed to? Let me tell you a story. In a remote desert village, there was a boy who didn't speak until the age of 5. Teachers called him slow. Peers mocked his silence. He spent hours taking apart machines just to understand how they worked. That boy was Nikola Tesla, not built for small talk, built to bend the world, the very thing that made him an outsider, made the rest of the world eventually listen. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the real reason you don't fit in, the psychological patterns behind your isolation. If you understand it fully, it becomes your most dangerous competitive edge. Let's begin. Number 1, the compression effect. Your silence carries more signal. Imagine your mind as a radio station. Extroverts, they broadcast in real time. Loud, constant, immediate. But you're not noise. You take emotion, insight, and thought and fold it into signal. When you finally speak, it's not just sound, it's compressed clarity. That's why small talk feels like static. But give you a moment, a keyboard, or a cause you care about, and suddenly your words cut through like a blade. You're not awkward. You're engineered for depth. You don't need to speak more. You need to speak when it matters. You're like a submarine, silent, slow, deep, but when you launch, it's targeted, precise, impossible to stop. That's not a weakness. That's a weapon system, and in a world that can't stop shouting, the one who speaks with clarity controls the narrative. Fitting in requires noise, but impact, that belongs to the signal. And in a world that's drowning in sound, your silence pierces. But compression needs clarity. And that brings us to the second law of introvert power. Number 2, introverts have a slow brain filter, but a deep one. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, the filter of consciousness. Extroverts filter for novelty. Introverts filter for meaning. So when you walk into a room, you're not scanning for excitement. You're subconsciously asking, what's true here? Who's real? Am I safe? That's why you come home exhausted after parties. It's not too many people. It's too much data. I once knew a girl, let's call her Ira. At 19, she dropped out of college because the social expectations suffocated her. Everyone thought she gave up. But while they networked and partied, she quietly built a one-person consulting empire. By noticing emotional blind spots in business that others ignored, she didn't fit in. She outgrew the need to. But when your brain's filter is this selective, what happens to your inner world? Introverts aren't slow, they're selective. Fitting in feels unnatural because you're not filtering for belonging. You're filtering for truth, and truth rarely lives in the crowd. Number 3, your inner world is a cathedral, but most people only speak in hallways. Your mind isn't a cafe. It's not built for constant traffic. It's a cathedral, quiet, sacred, echoing. But the world is full of hallway talkers, people who don't understand depth, only noise. When people don't meet you at depth, don't shrink, don't adjust. Realize you're trying to host a sacred ritual and they're treating it like a food court. Ever notice how loud laughter feels invasive? Or how group conversations feel like everyone's talking over each other? That's not your weakness. That's your nervous system protecting the sanctity of your architecture. But if your world is a cathedral, then what happens when no one ever visits? Fitting in requires leaving the cathedral to dance in the hallway. But what if the hallway never leads anywhere? What if your cathedral is the place where ideas are born? And when you honor your cathedral, something unexpected begins to happen. Number 4, you're not meant to fit in. You're meant to build something that doesn't exist yet. Most people are looking for tribes to join. Introverts, we are looking for missions to build. That's why you never quite feel home in groups, because you're here to build the space you can belong to. This is why so many introverts end up as creators, founders, deep thinkers. It's not ego, it's existential alignment. Instead of asking, where do I belong? Ask, what system, space, story am I meant to create? Don't chase community, create gravity. You don't fit into the world because you're the blueprint for a new one. That's not rejection, that's assignment. And just when you start accepting your difference, something strange happens. You stop trying to belong and start building what others didn't even know they needed. But the fuel for that transformation, it's forged in fire. Number 5, the pain of not fitting in is the fuel of the deepest transformation. Every introvert has asked it, is something wrong with me? That pain, it's not proof of failure. It's the rite of passage into true selfhood. Don't numb the pain, write from it, create from it. Turn your loneliness into lighthouse signals for others still lost. The loneliest years of your life aren't wasted. They're forging you, stripping away the noise so your real self can emerge. You're not a copy, you're a key, and the door you unlock hasn't been built yet. But sometimes, before that door appears, there's one final silence. Point 6, your loneliness isn't emptiness, it's intelligence waiting to take form. Loneliness isn't just emotional void, it's cognitive incubation. Your mind is fermenting thoughts too rich for surface conversations. Instead of escaping the silence, sit with it. Let it unfold. Ask, what truth is trying to form here that noise would destroy? It's like staring at a blank page until the first sentence lands. And that one sentence changes everything. That sentence is your genius breaking the surface. Your loneliness is not punishment. It's preparation. Not emptiness, but emergence. You don't fit in because your silence is signal, not weakness. Your brain filters for meaning, not noise. Your inner world is a cathedral, not a chat room. You're here to build, not blend. Your pain is your formation. And your loneliness, it's the pre-birth of brilliance. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming, not loud, not flashy, but dangerous in your clarity. If this hits something deep, don't scroll away. Share this with one introvert who's doubting their worth. Comment below, I'm not a copy, I'm a key. And subscribe if you want more videos that don't just motivate, they decode who you really are. Your silence isn't empty. It's a signal waiting to echo in the right room.